This video is sponsored by Intel. Thank you for the Intel Optane drive that was provided for this video. Hey, this is Colton and Carlos here for the final video of the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge for 2018. Here she is in all of her glory. You can check out the links down below. You can go to Intel Rig Challenge. That's hashtag Intel Rig Challenge at Xidax PCs. Check us out there. You can win one of 2 VR headsets they're giving away every couple of weeks, as well as one of 9 of our computers. Hopefully you'll win ours. So, what is today's video going to be about? First things first, Intel Optane, the 480 gig, one of the fastest drives in the market, sitting right here, as well as our 3600 RAM provided to us from Corsair, both in the main system, which we have 128 gigs,
Yep.
and then we have 32 gigs in the back.
Yeah.
So both of them are at 3600.
Yeah.
So kind of go into what it takes to be able to balance processor overclock and RAM overclock.
So you have to mess a lot with the timings to get them right. The CPU and the memory frequency have to be balanced correctly in order to get the system overclocked correctly. Right now it's sitting at 4.6. I have gotten it as high as 4.8, but it didn't really work with the RAM.
Yeah, you got to balance it out. I mean, it's one of those things where when you're overclocking with the processor controlling the RAM, you've got to balance them out to get a really killer performance. I mean, 3600 megahertz RAM is crazy, as well as a 4.6 gigahertz proc. I mean, a lot of love went into working on this system to get it all together. I mean, everything, if you see inside, we riveted the case on top of each other to make sure that they're secure. There's tempered glass that goes in the front panels as well as the sides, so you have nice outlook. So talk to me a little bit about the loops, because, I mean, there's so many.
Right, so the green loop cools the GPUs, and it's connected to this radiator down here. You can see the pass-throughs here, so they can go through both cases at the same time and connect to the radiators down here. The blue loop cools the CPU, the RAM, and motherboard, since it's a monoblock, and it's being cooled by these 2 radiators here.
And you actually like cut through the case, and then you use these
Right.
rigid fittings so that if there's any flex, it wouldn't crack any of the tubings. Also, you rivet this whole thing together, so that way it still has a lot of structural integrity, because, I mean, it took 2 people, it's 120 pounds probably, just to be able to move it, you know, on top of like custom cases and everything else that we've had to do in order to get this, to be able to get it home to somebody eventually. Let's open her up. So let's talk about cable management, because there's a lot of stuff that goes in here that we had to like stack up. So power cables here, fan cables,
Pump cables.
pump cables, RGB fans.
Yep.
Obviously that's a huge component, like, explain.
So we have these Corsair remotes which control the RGBs. So like I mentioned before, the RGB fans have 2 cables, one for power to the actual fan, and then one for the LEDs to be controlled through, which are these.
The little,
Right here.
pods right here.
Yeah.
So each
And
one of
there's
them
a
has to
lot more than
communicate
those. These
back.
are just 3 of them.
Oh
but
gosh.
yeah,
How many fans are in
more
here?
out there. 27 fans
So
together.
you have 27 fans, a full second computer, another power supply, a
Yep.
pump, a reservoir, all of the RGB components all crammed into the back, like 3 inches of 2 cases. And this is also a power supply right here, just in case you need some more power supply.
1600 watt and 1200 watt to power this system, 1600 watt to power the top system.
I really like how you mounted this one using a riser, and then you made a custom bracket for it to attach itself.
Yeah.
And then we soldered together a plug for the ATX, so that way you can power both systems independently.
So you can plug it in from the back, you don't have to mess with it since the power supply is all the way over here.
So it's like a pass-through basically running through.
Yeah.
So you can flip it on and turn both systems on from the front, so you're not like, oh yeah, look at my cables hanging out the front of my beautiful case.
Yeah.
Cool. Once again, this is Colton and Carlos on the final video of the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge for 2018. Thank you so much for being a part of this. It's been quite the journey. I think it turned out beautiful. Did an amazing job. You can vote for us on the links below. Thanks. Check us out at Xidax.com.